Hey everybody, I hope you are doing absolutely amazing. I'm still stuck here in quarantine in Michigan, but I hope everybody's staying healthy and happy. I'm so excited for what I'm going to show you today. So, obviously, since everything's closed, I can't really go anywhere. But as I explained in my first video, that I'm going to try to do some virtual tours of some dealerships for you. So today will be my first attempt at this, so I hope it goes really well. Um, I'm going to start with the dealership that has kind of meant the most to me growing up, was obviously the Ferrari dealership that I talked about yesterday. So it's Cauley Ferrari of Detroit. They are the, I guess, only official Ferrari dealer in Michigan, um, and they are absolutely phenomenal. I've been there a couple of times for some events that they've had, and they just got a brand new dealership that was finished in 2018. So I'm really, really excited to show you about that and tell you some more about that. So without further ado, I hope this video doesn't run too long because there's a lot to show you, and I'm sure you don't want to watch me babble on for a half hour without really knowing much about me or caring about me just yet. But let's get started. Alright, so here we are in front of Cauley Ferrari of Detroit. This is the Ferrari dealership, the only official one in Michigan, and it's located in West Bloomfield. So they just recently finished the new dealership renovation in 2018. They started in 2015, and before then, the old dealership was located in this exact location, so they temporarily moved over next door while the construction was being done. But as you can see, it's brand new. Um, it They did a $5 million reconstruction on it, and I think it looks absolutely amazing. As you'll see from the tour in a little bit, it's state of the art, brand new. Everything is just absolutely phenomenal. So this is really cool to kind of have this be the staple Ferrari dealer, one of the most impressive in the nation, and have it right here in my hometown. So right now I'm on Google Earth, which I'll use for a lot of my virtual tours, but Cauley Ferrari actually just redid their website, and with that, they have their own virtual tour space on there. So that's what I'm going to use for this tour because it's really well put together. So let's jump right over to that. Alright, so here we are on Cauley Ferrari's website. I'm going to scroll down here to virtual tour. I will link the links to both the website and the virtual tour in the comments, so you can definitely check it out and do this on your own. Highly recommend it. It's really fun. So let's jump into this as it loads. And I forgot to mention when we were on the outside that a lot of the design of the new dealership was based on the design of the headquarters in Italy of Ferrari. So you'll definitely see a lot of cool inspiration in this beyond that. So here's the entrance, obviously. As we make our way this way, we got a beautiful Ferrari Portofino sitting here. Another cool thing about this is there's a lot of interactive buttons, so you can check out more of the cars and stuff this way. So really nice. We got the classic Ferrari 488 GTB, which I think is just a beautiful, beautiful car. Yes, this webpage is using a lot of energy. So, classic red Ferrari, you can't go wrong. I love a good tan interior over it. Beautiful. Obviously, this is the predecessor to the F8 Tributo, which just came out, and the successor to the 458, which, I mean, all amazing cars, kind of the staple Ferrari. You can't go wrong with these. So you got this nice open glass area in the showroom to really display the beauty and the sunlight on these colors. So cool looking dealership. So as we move on, we got the 488 Challenge car, which is Obviously, you have the 488 Pista, which is a track version, but this is like super track. Like, you got basically everything is stripped out, strictly made to race. You got the racing tires and the racing wheels and the huge wing on the back. It's kind of cool that it says this is the official Ferrari dealership car, and I'm sure they take this to the track and race it. Because I mean, look at this thing. It even says it on the giant wing on the back, which is awesome. So then as we move this way, a lot of Ferrari dealerships that I've seen, they obviously all have kind of this new configurator area where you can customize your design for your Ferrari. But this is like a whole room, and a lot of places don't have this. So this is definitely state of the art. You got a bunch of wheel designs over here, a bunch of paint samples over here, and then your brake calipers and different steering wheel options there. And then, as a prospective client, you can sit down at this nice table and totally spec your Ferrari out with the configurator on the screen. So I'm sure that's got to be a phenomenal experience. And of course, the different seat options and some leather colors that you can choose from over here. So as we continue to move on, go right this way. I'll go through the wall because I can. So this is a cool little seating space, a little desk or bar area potentially here. But the cool thing I want to point out is this little model. So this model, just like the real LaFerrari car, is limited to only 499. I don't know if it's super clear here, but it says that on the model, and I saw it when I was in person. So just wanted to point out that that was pretty cool. So we'll keep moving on. We got a conference room here and a conference room here. We will end up going back here, but I just want you to remember this yellow Ferrari. We'll talk about that later in reference to another car. So we got the GTC4 Lusso here, which is, I think it's the T version. Yep, so I think it has a V8 versus the V12. But, known for the 4 seats, came after the Ferrari FF. The nice thing is I think this one might have the all-glass roof, which makes the interior look huge. So that's really cool. So then we'll make our way over to this special 488, which is in a quite a different, unusual color on a Ferrari. The official color is Azzurro California Metallic, and this is again a limited Heritage Edition color. And I saw this in person. It's just absolutely stunning. So if you go back on this tour, make sure to check that out. So we kind of just did a big loop. Here's the other side of the entrance. And then over here we have a nice white Ferrari 488 Spider, and then another red Ferrari 488 GTV over here in the corner. So next, I think we're going to make our way upstairs, where there's a lot of cool different cars up here. So you walk up these stairs. You have this nice kind of floating staircase over the showroom. Really cool. We got some Ferraris parked outside, and we'll continue up. So as we come up here, we'll go over here in a second, but this is kind of the, let's see, get a good view of this area. This is kind of what they call their museum space. So currently they have a lot of their more classic Ferraris lined up here. We got Testarossa here, and a nice timeline of everything going on. So actually you can find some videos or pictures online of the opening, kind of the premiere of the dealership, and they have some local clients, F40, Enzo, and LaFerrari lined up here. So that's a really cool picture if you can find it somewhere. So then a nice history timeline, Ferrari 480i. Not sure what that one is. I don't know my classic Ferraris as well. 328 GTB or GTS. Don't remember. GTS. There we go. And then another, Ferrari F12 BB over here. They got a nice seating area. Usually they have some seats out here, but obviously not on this tour. And then just really cool Ferrari memorabilia and gadgets and posters and like look at this table, like isn't that cool? So definitely detailed, and I really respect the amount of detail that they put into this dealership. So we'll make our way next over here to, if you're familiar with Ferraris at all, you might be familiar with this car. This is a Ferrari F12 Tdf. Tdf standing for Tour de France. A nod to the original Ferrari 250 Tdf that they made. This car, there's only 799 of them in the world, so limited edition. And I've been actually lucky enough to see 4 different Ferrari TDFs in the Metro Detroit area, so that's pretty cool, this being one of them. It's a Giallo Triplo Strato paint, which is one of their, sorry I butchered that name, it's one of their historic paint, not historic, but triple layer paint colors that looks absolutely stunning. So as I mentioned before, there was that yellow Ferrari that I pointed out briefly, but so this is kind of the more hardcore version of that. Very similar design, but some different elements compared to that. So the obvious two being this front grille is a little different. You kind of have this space down here, and I'll point out what the normal F12 Lynetta looks like on the yellow car downstairs. And then it has these 3 gills looking things on the back, which is absolutely stunning. And then the back end looks a little different too, but those are kind of the 2 obvious things. So this car originally started out around $600,000, plus options, but they quickly spiked to well over $1 million. One of the cool things about Ferrari is appreciation value of a lot of their limited edition cars. So definitely a good investment to those who were able to get the original 799. Now the prices are ranging around $1 million for the cars currently. And lastly, up here, they have a piano. I really like that. I'm a piano player myself, so maybe one day I'll be able to sit down and play at this piano. A really cool touch. And then the last car is this Ferrari 599 GTO. So as the name might suggest, there were only 599 of these made for the entire world. This one, it's not just your average 599 GTO. No, this is a very special color. It's Rosso Fuoco, which is another triple layer paint. Very expensive and looks absolutely phenomenal in person. The charcoal, kind of the charcoal interior, I don't know if you can see that, with the red stitching, looks awesome. The carbon shields, Scuderia shields, my bad. And then another cool thing is actually all the people who worked on the car were able to sign the engine, as well as Sergio Marchionne, who used to be the CEO of Ferrari before he passed away. That brings up another cool point about this dealership, is actually since Ferrari's affiliated or was affiliated with FCA, which is based partially here in the Detroit area. This was Sergio Marchionne's kind of home dealership. So he came to a lot of the events here, unveiling events and stuff, and got his cars serviced here. So we'll head back downstairs. I'm trying to see if I can jump space so we don't have to go down the stairs again, and we can. So then I will make my way to the back. There's just some more offices over here that if you really care about, you can go look on your own. Again, all these pictures and stuff on the wall, I mean, look at all these models that they have here. It's just super cool. So this is the F12 Lynetta, which is the base front engine V12 Ferrari. Now the 812 Superfast, but this is the predecessor to that. So obviously you can see that it doesn't have the gills on the side like the TDF upstairs, and the front, again, the front grille is a little different. So it's really cool that, same color and everything, so you can really see the difference between the two in person. Of course, we got the 458. I can't believe that this car is over 10 years old already. It still looks amazing. We got a California, we got a 488, another GTC for Lusso. What else? A Ferrari 458 Spider, an FF. So this is the this is the predecessor to this, and then we got the F12 Berlinetta here. Another GTC for Lusso, and then a 550 Maranello over here. So this is kind of a cool display showroom that they have in the back. So then we'll make our way to the kind of the service area. I always love going to the service areas if possible because a lot of the client cars are here and you can kind of see a lot of neat things here. We have a very cool 430 Scuderia 16M convertible. So this is the predecessor to the Speciale Aperta, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. Another 458 Spider, a California, another 458 Spider, Testarossa, F12 Berlinetta, another California over there. Just some more offices over here again, and another California, it looks like here, which is cool. So then we'll continue to the back, which is where they have a lot of cool things. So Ferrari is, this Ferrari dealership in particular is quite special. It's one of like only 8 Ferrari dealers in the entire country. There's a 360 convertible, some more, another California Maserati there. There's more information about it back here. If we go back, so they're one of only 8 Ferrari certified body shops in the U.S., which is pretty cool that they can perform the Ferrari Classic certification. I don't know if I pronounced that right, so forgive me. Which basically, for a lot of classic Ferraris, you can get certified that they're back to the original state and get paperwork and stuff. They also are certified Tesla repair and body shop, which is pretty cool. I believe they're the only one in Michigan that are certified to do this. So it's actually quite rare to find a standalone Ferrari dealership. Usually there's either a Maserati or some other dealers attached to it. So this is also kind of cool, but it looks like they do some work with Tesla too, as additional stuff. So another 360 there, Tesla Model X, and yeah, just some cool cars back here that they have. Anything else? So here's actually an elevator. On the 3rd level, they actually do have some car storage. The tour does not really show us much there, unfortunately, but that's okay. I think if we go back here, we can try to go on the 2nd level. You can kind of look at these things over here and select kind of which floor you want to go on. So not much here again, just some body stuff, but a good overview of kind of the workshop area. And then the third floor, in case you're interested, there's stairs, but they don't really let you go beyond here, probably out of client privacy, which is respectable. That's pretty cool thing. So I think that's about it. I'll end by trying to go back to the beginning. Yeah, let's go. Let's see if we can go. Again, I mean, look how sophisticated that this virtual tour thing that they have is. So we'll try to go back over here. We're back up top. So again, this was a cool tour of Cauley Ferrari, and yeah, I'll leave the tour, looking at two of these very special. Oh, I forgot to actually mention that the Ferrari 599, both the GTO series and different, the GTO, GTB, were the predecessor to the F12 Lynetta. So I forgot to mention that. So this is kind of the previous generation of this. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It was a lot of fun to make, and I hope you learned a lot. I forgot to show you earlier that I was actually wearing my Ferrari shirt, so in the spirit there. As I mentioned earlier, there was a lot to cover just in there, and I really want to show you more on their website and kind of what they have in inventory right now. It's not necessarily the same as what was in the video capture. So I'm going to make a separate video about kind of what they have in inventory, what they previously had in inventory, and hopefully maybe things that we can eventually see there too. So until next time, again, stay healthy and happy, and I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to subscribe if you like that, like, and comment below what you think, how you feel, or just to reach out and talk to me. So until next time, see you then.